teardrop along the way. We put them in our pockets for a rainy day. But here we are in trouble like we always are, just praying for a miracle, reaching for stars. We love you, would die for you. We need you every day. We gotta get a message to the promised land, like some voice in motion so they'll understand that every single vision that we saw today, we didn't quite believe them in the usual way. Yeah, here we are in heaven, we could want for more. We always end up getting what we're asking for. We love you, would die for you.
Blue lights flashing in my rear view. The sheriff said, boy, I should have known it was you. You got 14 people in the back of this truck. I warned you twice and now I'm riding you up. I said, officer, what have I done? He smiled and said, boy, you're having too much fun. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money. There's no such thing as like a girl too pretty with too much class, being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. There was a fight Friday night at the Stumble Inn. Me and old Harley just had to join in. Next thing you know, we were both seeing stars. They threw us out, closed down the bar. I said the Long Branch is open, the night's still young, and we ain't never had too much fun. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money. There's no such thing. It's like a girl too pretty with too much class, being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. I'm a holy terror, a tornado. Wind me up, turn me loose, and let me go. Too much fun, what's that mean? It's like too much money. No such thing as like a girl too pretty with too much class, being too lucky, a car too fast. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. No matter what they say I've done, well, I ain't never had too much fun. Give me the reins and let me run, 'cause I ain't never had too much fun.
Good morning. My name is Eric Alpine and I'm the district captain for Foothills Fire and Rescue. I would like to welcome all of our members and their families to this ceremony this morning. We had hoped to have this ceremony at our holiday dinner, but unfortunately because of the pandemic, the dinner was canceled, as you all know. While it might seem odd to mark the beginning of a career with such fanfare, especially for a probationary firefighter who's already had to jump through a number of hoops. I mean, you had to apply, go through the interview, firefighter 1, hazmat, EMR, wildland, all the hours and studying. This truly marks the beginning of a new career for you. And for our lieutenants as well, this marks a new step in your career. You're going to have dedicated nights that you're going to be responding on. You're going to have weekend shifts that you'll be assigned to. You'll be dealing with personnel issues now that you have people under you. And of course, more meetings, because who doesn't love more meetings? I wanted to take a minute though and talk about the history of pinning in the fire service in America. In the United States, firefighters have a long history of heroism. Early organized firefighting in the United States started back in the colonial days. What began as a loose community-based organization in the 1600s evolved into an organized system of volunteers in the late 1700s and early 1800s. You may or may not know that Benjamin Franklin was one that organized the first fire brigade in Philadelphia. Appropriately nicknamed bravest, these men and women put their lives on the line to respond to millions of calls each year. The bravest wear badges adorned with the symbolism and history of the firefighter role. Some of the common symbols are the Maltese Cross. The 8-point Maltese Cross originated during the Crusades. The Knights of St. John were fighting for the possession of the Holy Land. During an epic battle of that fight located on the island of Malta, fire was used as a new weapon of war against the Knights. And in response, the Knights banded together to fight the flames and rescue injured brothers from the fiery death. Later, these heroic fighters were awarded a badge of honor similar to the Maltese Cross. It has come to symbolize the protection provided by the wearer of the cross and the loyalty of which they served. The scramble, the center seal of a firefighter badge, typically depicts a grouping of fire symbols. The elements of the scramble can vary from department to department. Typically, scrambles contain a ladder or an axe. Some contain more modern tools of the trade, such as a helmet or a fire hydrant. Others contain some more traditional tools like a pike pole. As a group, the elements of the scramble symbolize preparedness. Bugles. In the early days of American firefighting, prior to wireless radios or other means of communication on scene, the fire orders were given through a brass megaphone known as a bugle. The person holding the bugle and therefore giving the orders was easily identified as the leader. Today, the bugle is a symbol of leadership in the fire department insignia, and the increasing number of bugles typically signify more seniority. Single bugle representing a chief, 5 bugles single representing the lieutenant, 5 bugles representing the chief. The color red, many firefighting badges contain red in the scramble or in the Maltese Cross. The origins of it are used twofold. First, the color red is most commonly associated with flames. Second, fire trucks and engines have historically been red in color. Although modern science suggests that for visibility other colors might be more appropriate, such as lime green, many departments still continue to order red trucks to carry on that tradition. Another part of the tradition is allowing the member that is being pinned to choose a significant other to actually pin their badge on them. That could be a spouse, that could be a son, a daughter, an aunt, an uncle. In most cases, they do that. As firefighters, we realize that we can't do this without our families. We need our family's support, and that's why it has become tradition to have a significant other come up and do that. They're the ones that are putting up with us leaving in the middle of the night or in the middle of dinner or during a holiday celebration or a birthday celebration. For that, Foothills Fire and Rescue is grateful and would like to take a minute to thank all the family members for their support of their firefighters. Thank you. With that, I would like to invite Chief Anderson up here to share a few words.
Hi, good morning, guys. I think we threw this together in a couple days, so bear with us if I stutter like Captain Alpine did. I brought my glasses, so that's good. Bree, Adam, Craig, Dan, and Lee. It's a little weird that we're all doing this as a graduation and a promotional ceremony together, so might stumble on some of this, but I want to congratulate you guys all on achieving this new goal in the fire service. Not only have I seen you all commit selfless hours, days, and months to this, but I've seen you just perform relentlessly and show perseverance in some late night training. So I really appreciate it. I couldn't be prouder than I am now to celebrate these accomplishments with you. I would like to share 3 items of importance that you must support and protect in order to be successful in your new positions. These are words, actions, and people. Words are important because what you say and how you say it matters. This is, of course, critically important on the fire ground, but perhaps even more so when providing emergency medical care to the sick and injured. Much of what we do we call psychological first aid. What I mean by that is we use our words and calm assurance to connect with our citizens in a non-intrusive, compassionate manner. Speaking to patients and family members in a way that you want to be spoken to can help stabilize the incident and begin their healing process. Your words are important, so choose them wisely. Actions are important. Promoting and graduating today places you guys in a very unique club in which you will forever be known as a firefighter or even a fire officer. On duty or off, the word firefighter will be used and included in the narrative to describe you and your actions, good and bad. Rarely will you see breaking news about the plumber, doctor, or lawyer who was just arrested for driving while intoxicated, but I assure you, you'll make the cut. In uniform or out, your actions will represent Foothills Fire and the story of this department. Lastly, people are important. When someone calls 911, we respond. We don't care if they live in district or out. We don't ask them who they voted for or how much money they make or where they went to school. All we really want to know is where they are, what the problem is, and how we can help. This unquestionably simple process underscores the entire reason that Foothills Fire exists. To serve others is an honor and a privilege. People are important, so treat yourselves and others with compassion, dignity, and respect. So the next time you guys all sign up for a shift, you'll be entering into a new role or simply doing what you've previously done but without the safety net, as we call it. You don't have a Kyle or Rod or somebody following you and watching your backs. However, you will always have Foothills family behind you. While serving in this role, you will see many things and experience many things that will change your lives forever. We are sincerely proud and welcome you to this family and to the officer family. Like your friends and family, we will support you along the journey, and I welcome you to what I feel is the greatest profession in the world, and welcome you to your new role with Foothills Fire and Rescue.
I'd like now to invite Deputy Chief Vaughn up to share a few words as well.
So I don't have a fancy speech that I wrote down. Keep it all up here. But I just wanted to say a few words to you guys. So, as you guys know, the volunteer fire services I hold dear and deep in my heart. And the story I always like to tell every year for the probationary graduation that a lot of people don't know is over 85% of this country is served by volunteer firefighters. And I like to think the fire service is this machine. And each person or each part is a gear in this machine. So we have our trucks, we have to use our trucks to respond out onto a fire. We have our paid staff, our people to support us, our support that is in place for us. But to me, the most important gear in our machine is the volunteer firefighters. if we don't have firefighters, there's none of us, we can't respond to calls. And I like to think about when a person calls 911, they're having the worst day in their life. And to me, it's one of the most selfless acts as firefighters that we're willing to stop our lives and leave those birthday parties and cancel those plans with our friends and family and watch our wife yell at us one more time because she's got to put dinner in the microwave because we're going to come back to cold dinner because we stop our lives so that we can go and help others. And I thank all you for doing that, because to me, that's what makes firefighters in this country so great. So, Lieutenants, Bree, Dan, Craig, Adam, in my opinion, you guys, this is the biggest step. It's scary. You become that firefighter and you really don't know what you're doing, but there's that safety net. There's a lot of people that can be mentors for you, that are watching out for you. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. There's no consequences to your actions. When you become a fire officer, you have people underneath you and you're responsible for their lives and their safety. And you are now that mentor that those new recruits and those new firefighters are looking up to for guidance. I was thinking about as I was driving up here today, my short 1 minute drive, how I could explain that to your family and your community members, what that step is. And so I'm just going to describe to you a basic call. So we have a structure fire. When you just become a firefighter, here are the things that are going through your mind. Oh no, did I bring my bunker gear? Okay, do I know how to put on my bunker gear fast enough? What truck am I going to get into? Am I going to be fast enough to make the truck? Those are the things that are going through a new firefighter's mind. Now you go up to an engineer. Engineer responds to the station, okay, I'm going to drive this truck, the other engineer's going to drive that truck. We're going to the structure fire, where's my water source that I'm going to connect to? Where am I going to park my truck? As I'm driving to the scene, where am I going? Looking back, are my firefighters putting on their gear when they get there? Now an officer, yes, you guys' bugles, it says you guys are lieutenants, but really the operation that we run or how Foothills is organized, so you guys really act as battalion chiefs in other organizations. So these guys, when a tone drops, a structure fire, they're getting into a utility by themselves. They have to know where they're going. They have to know who is coming. They have to know who they need to call if they don't have the proper people coming. They're thinking about the structure fire, what types of building construction that I'm going to, how big is a structure, what if it turns into a wildland fire, what am I going to call, or what am I going to do when it turns into a flood? What is my exposures protection? Do I have victims trapped in the building that I need to call mutual aid or additional people? Oh wait, where am I going? Oh, there's a red light, I gotta slow down. Where am I gonna place the trucks in order? What truck do I want first up the driveway? What type of hose lay do I want around the building? When I get on scene, what scene size up? What information am I gonna tell my responding people? As you can see, there's the jump that I'm talking about. And we put all four of you guys, I think, through a pretty intensive program to try and help you guys, give you the tools to succeed. And I'm not blowing smoke up anyone. Each and every one of you guys is tremendous, and you guys have excelled through this program, and I'm so proud to call you guys lieutenants. And like I said, I was a lieutenant, and I got handed the keys, and I made a lot of mistakes, but you guys are the four best prepared and most qualified lieutenants that we've ever had in this organization. And I want to commend you guys, and I'm awful proud of you guys for making that step and becoming officers with Foothills Fire and Rescue.
All right. Chiefs, thank you for those words. At this point, I would like to invite Captain Rod Cameron up, along with Firefighter Simmons and his designated person that will be pinning the badge on him.
We have a designated person, but
I know that Captain Cameron has a few words that he would like to share.
So Lee, I've got to know you over the last year pretty well. You've challenged me with some things that, some questions that we weren't ready for, that we actually had to do a little research on, Chief and I both. So I kind of named you the Trebek of the Academy class this year. keep doing. There's nothing wrong with the questions. Keep them coming, because the more you know, the better off you're gonna be. I'm very proud of you for making the strides you've made. You've given us 100% and overachieved most of your classmates, and that's great. And it's my honor to be your training captain. And we got big plans for you. So now's when your learning really starts, when you get out in the real world and things start happening. But you've got a heck of a leadership core, and they're always there for you.
All right.
Thanks.
At this point, Chief Anderson will swear you in.
Oh,
I've got to read.
okay.
All right, you raise your right hand for me. Just repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I have all the qualifications required
that I have all the qualifications required
of my position, and I accept this. I'm trying to go slow.
of my position, and I accept this
Self-imposed and self-enforced obligation
self-imposed and self-enforced obligation
as my responsibility, and I make these promises
as my responsibility, and I make these promises
so solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
so solemnly, freely, and upon my honor.
And I will well and faithfully
And I will well and faithfully
discharge my duties upon which I'm about to enter.
discharge my duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
So here's your badge. And so it'll go here through these holes. And if you stick him, whatever, that's between you.
As easy as they make it look.
There you go. You can fix it when it's all.
Ladies and
Congratulations.
gentlemen, those firefighters for this fire and rescue. Chief, you might as well stay up here. Deputy Chief Vaughn, if you could join us up here, please. Captain Cameron, if you will stay up here as well, please. Captain Cameron, you need to stay up here as well. Next, we'd like to ask Lieutenant Goldman to step forward. It's been my privilege to know Adam Goldman for a number of years. He is right behind me in years served with the department. There's only one ahead of Lieutenant Goldman and myself. He has, in prior years, also served as an officer, but it's definitely a distinct honor to have him back in the officer corps. Lieutenant Adam Goldman.
You want me to pin you, Adam?
Please do. If you stick me, I'll.
I'm just gonna have to suffer silently.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Stick yourself up.
Here, I'll let you kind of stir us the circle.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'd like to ask Lieutenant Dan Davis to come forward and his significant other that will be filling in. Dan, you've come a long way from when you started off as a firefighter. You've done a lot as far as getting to know the trucks, engineering, and now you've taken the next big step. You're a great asset to this department. You're always involved with the questions in the training, trying to improve your knowledge. And I'm sure that you will continue that as you go forward. So welcome to the officer corps.
Thank you.
gonna stab you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Here's that thing dirty.
Next, we'd like to ask Lieutenant Craig Southern to come forward and his significant other. Craig, you two have been a great asset to this department. I wish you could have retired earlier because that would have given us a lot more daytime coverage, but having you on days,
I do too.
I know has been a huge support to Chief and Captain Cameron, and it's always reassuring to hear that you're either headed to the station or responding. With your experience, you too will be a great asset, and I welcome you to the Officer Corps of Foothills Fire and Rescue. Thank you.
Jamming in there.
Right?
If he screams, that's okay.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And finally, I'd like to ask Lieutenant Brianne Cameron to come forward. This one probably holds a little more specialty in my heart because I've been around not only as her dad, Captain Cameron, came up through the department, but I have gotten to know the Camerons especially well. And Brianne is more like a niece to me than anything else. And I've had the privilege of being her mentor and being her safety net on Thursday nights. And she does an outstanding job. She always has a calm head. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with being a 911 dispatcher. But it is truly my privilege and honor to welcome you aboard. It's great to have another family member on board. So welcome to the Officer Corps and thank you. You haven't made your dad mad lately, have you?
No.
It's might hurt.
If anything, she would be the one that would stab me. It's so hard for me to get home.
Yeah. The weight of being a lieutenant.
It's the way of being an officer.
Feel it. It's like, I don't want you to get It's so weird.
It's so weird to my dad.
It's so weird. Yeah.
As you will see, all of our new lieutenants now have bright, shiny red helmets. That too is part of the firefighter tradition. This is so they're easily identifiable on a call, especially if we're running with multiple agencies. The good news is you guys will be easily seen. The bad news is that is also a beacon for everybody to run up to you and go, what do I do next? I'm not sure, help me. So with that, try to get them a little bit scuffed up, a little bit dirty, but welcome to the Officer Corps. Thank you for all your dedication.
I dreamed it all ever since I was young. They said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hating, say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it. That was never friendly, yeah. Now I'm jumping out of Bentley, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know I had to have it, yeah. For the money, I'm a savage, yeah. I be itching like I had it, yeah. I'm surrounded 20 bad bitches, yeah. But they didn't know me last year, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they important. Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes. Oh, that I feel being typical. Looking at my body feeling miserable. Always hanging on to the visual. I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like a martyrdom. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough from the prodigal son. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes. Hypocritical, egotistical. Don't wanna be the parenthetical, hypothetical. Working onto something that I'm proud of. Out of the box, an epoxy to the world and the vision we've lost. I'm an apostrophe. I'm just a symbol to remind you that there's more to see. I'm just a product of the system of catastrophe, and yet a masterpiece, and yet I'm half diseased. And when I am deceased, at least I go down to the grave and die happily, and leave the body of my soul to be a part of it. I do what it takes. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes. When I die and I lay me to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best. When I lay me down to die, going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and I lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gonna have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, He's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky. He's gonna recommend you to the
Hello,
spirit
Foothills
in the
family. We're here today with Dan to present the Shift Awards, Most Training Awards, Rookie of the Year, Firefighter of the Year, and Officer Awards. We're having to do it this way, obviously, because of COVID and the pandemic. for those people that are selected or for your awards, we have this great cooler that Dan will now show you. You can come by the station and your cooler will be labeled, and if you are getting an award, you will find the award inside the cooler. So with that, I would like to start off with the shift awards. This is 500 to 750 shift hours. And the first one is Cade Bertrand. Then we have Ted, Kelly, Susan, and Terry, the Elliott, Team Elliott, Hanako, Patty Stakar, and Kyle Vaughn. And again, those represent the 500 to 750 shift hours.
All right, next we have the 750 to 999. First one is Seth. And then we have Bree. And then Jendar.
Alrighty, and now we'll do the 1,000 to 1,499 shift hours. And with that, we start off with Jen Pinter, Ken Tillis, Nancy, myself, so we'll just breeze right by that, Keel, Tom Dar, and Dan Davis.
All right, and then we have 1,500 to 1,999. And we have Adam Goldman. He's the only one in that category.
And then the one with 2,000 shift hours belongs to Craig Southern. Wish he'd have retired a lot sooner.
All right, and then we have, last but not least, the firefighter with the most shift hours, and that's going to be Lee Chason with 2,796. He also receives the award for most training hours with 201 hours and 45 minutes. And this will be your award.
So along with the awards, he's getting the challenge coin that Chief Anderson had made up last year.
Then we'll move on to of the years. So for our rookie of the year will be Lee Simmons. Congratulate Lee Simmons when you see him.
And he too will be receiving a challenge coin.
And then we have firefighter of the year, which is Nancy Southern. Congratulations.
Also receiving a challenge coin.
Officer of the year 2020 is Eric Alpine.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
And you also receive a challenge.
Alrighty. So unfortunately, we have some sad news, and then we'll finish with some good news. We found out that this year, or actually the beginning of next year, will mark the end of an era for Team Elliott. But prior to them leaving, they will have reached their 10-year anniversary. So each of them will be receiving a 10-year service award, which is one of these fancy axes. In addition to that, we also found out that we will be losing Patty Stakar this year, as she has decided to retire. Patty, we want to thank you for all that you have done for the department in your role as an officer, as recruiting, as a firefighter. You have been a tremendous asset, and your loss will be greatly felt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy your holidays.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I know water that's thicker than blood, that's deeper than love with my friends. People coming, some people going, some people ride to the end. When I am blind in my mind, I swear they be my rescue, my lifeline. I don't know what I'd do if I
if I'd survive my brothers and my sisters in my life. Yeah, I know some people, they would die for me. We run together, they're my family. When I get up, they gon' be high with me. I'll say forever, my family. Family. I'll say forever, my family. I'll say forever, my family. Stolen dreams took off, I try to stay still. Ain't nothing changed, now we're grown. We're still young, still got our mindless ways in a timeless phase, kicking songs. When I am blind, in my mind, I swear they'd be my rescue, my lifeline. I don't know what I'd do if I'd survive my brothers and my sisters in my life. Yeah, I know some people, they would die for me. We run together, they're my family. When I get up, they gon' be high with me. I'll say forever, my family. Family. I'll say forever, my family. I'll say forever, my family. I know some people, they would die for me. We run together, they're my family. When I get up, they gon' be high